of the NFL on EA Sports.
What'd I say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, him and Walt.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
On second down, here's Barkley. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down, Giants. Jones to Ingram.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. He finds a man with a crossing route. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the draw, this is Barkley.
Oh, he caught that bitch up. Yes, sir.
Pops free, and the Ravens have got it. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Ravens.
Jackson on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Certainly feared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Lock him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Again, the ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete. They'll
try to run for it with Dobbins. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
It's delicate. Look, well, really just.
So the ball down to the 16
ain't deep.
for 1st and 10.
A little too many friendly picks.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that.
Wait till we leave,
vision, right?
passing out all
Once
their
he
money.
saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Back to the air on second down. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On first down.
One did you, dog. Take one.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
I don't know why.
They run the option on second down. And he'll push his way out to about the 44 here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And it drops down incomplete. He thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play.
Oh, I'm looking
and
at
guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Barry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
First down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Barry.
Jackson.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here.
Oh, yes, sir. And they threw a pick six.
Desmond King picks it, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Justin Tucker.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts?
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Bronco and OJ him when I see him.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 53. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. So we reach halftime. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will make it into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age,
mad
partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Throwing again. Jackson being chased out left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass, and everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Let's make these babies cry all the way, man.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
First and 10.
Wow.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear.
That is one positive.
No, that wasn't the situation.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Play action. It's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up on the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up second and 7.
Again, it's Barkley. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here
that
on
ain't
third.
Free room. Do it count if I still got a key to the house? Oh, I've just been sick.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact. Results in a fourth down.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal.
That
On
ain't
the
the
left
nail
hash,
in the
this from
coffin, though.
48
That don't mean
yards.
that I'm doing what I do just to get free room to board, though. That was
And this one is right down the middle.
man,
And that drops a
talking to
deficit
people
from 28
just
to
to
25.
well, for my own benefit. You saying I'm doing it for selfish reasons, dog.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter.
No, that's
I don't
equal.
either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit
What you mean?
maybe
Even hold on, even when I want to.
just
Look,
want to
that nigga, that's going crazy.
Try and get some bigger points on the board.
No, they ain't nobody obligated to do
The
nothing.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
What that
And
mean?
Following the interception, just any interception, are you
No.
more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out.
Yeah,
there.
I told
Totally
you, man.
different
Nigga
effect, just
crazy,
get loose
man.
with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Another run here with Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
No, I'm not a homeless
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done,
he's not the root.
Guess what? We
He
see
not
the
the
end
root.
result. Right now,
He ain't the treat that like root.
Leading here in the 4th. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Bud Dupree, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
you have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. From the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Or it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up
No, I
now.
don't talk to him. I gotta get down.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven 1st. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Hungry.
1st down, Baltimore.
Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah,
and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No, I'm playing football giant.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
And New York set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that
these
guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Jones on 1st and 10. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He's going to let it fly. They got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. Catch made by Slayton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
Oh, Jones is just throwing his third interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
80 points in the first half, and the other team had 60. That shit don't go over. You know somebody got down to put the 6 in.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Giants,
I saw another
they
picture.
dipped to
Motherfucker got
2-5 now with the loss.
10-gallon damn jug.
Next week on the
Filling them
road.
hoes up.
So for our entire crew,
that's why we look. That's why we had a fucking toilet paper shortage. You stupid motherfucker. Buying all the tissue. You do that stupid shit, we gonna have a damn shortage. Steph Curry only 83 pointers behind Ray Allen. I was just gonna say it's 600 fewer games.
So I asked, can I? Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we called her